All right, folks, welcome back to yet another episode of Fresh Juice, an indie game podcast. I am one of your hosts, Tommy Fresh, and joined as always, it is
Maddie Juice. What's going on, everybody? Episode 139 here.
Woo.
And yeah, it's going to be a good one. I always love the episodes where we get to talk about multiple games,
Yeah.
because it's just, we're kind of hopping all over the place. I feel like maybe it's more interesting for the listeners because they don't know what's going to pop up. They just know there's some demos that we're going to talk about. But yeah, yeah. So I'm excited. What are we talking about? Just alluded to it there, but what's on the menu for the folks, Tommy?
It's the Steam Next Fest. So there's a bunch of demos out there. There's a ton of AI slop to kind of get through, but there are some good ones out there, good games with demos that we all played. It doesn't look like we had overlapped on any of the demos that we played, actually. So we each played some fun ones, and we'll be talking about that and our thoughts. And are we that excited about the full release, or is it not living up to the hype? But it's going to be a good time. I'm excited to talk some video games today. But first, we got to catch up. What's new? How you doing?
Yeah, doing good. Just got finished with a 4-day weekend, which is nice. We had off, Lady Juice and I had off for Juneteenth, but then we also took the day before off, just because Baby Juice had a doctor appointment, which went well. We were a little nervous for it, but everything turned out good, and she's looking good, which is awesome. And then we hung out a little bit in Red Bank, New Jersey, on
Shout out.
Thursday, which is a cool place to go. I actually was there earlier in the week, and they were doing like a giant. They kind of have an area that's blocked off. There's no cars. I go down there. They had like a huge hoedown. It was
Whoa.
at least 50 people in the street dancing like Cotton Eye Joe. So I did not take part in that, but yeah, they're always doing stuff down there. It's always fun seeing it at least. And let's see, Friday, Lady Juice had a tour. She does like the food tours around a town near us. And so we actually went to that town. I brought Baby Juice there. We ate some food, walked around, went down to the beach, which was nice. And yeah, had a good time there. And then Saturday, what did we do? I went to, saw you at a housewarming party of one of our buddies, which was a fun time. And yeah, it was kind of the first time that we have gone somewhere. Me and Lady Juice have gone somewhere with Baby Juice. And then it was Baby Juice's bedtime. So Lady Juice brought her home, and I stayed at the party, which was kind of cool. First time trying that out, and I didn't stay like too late or anything, but it was fun. It was good. Plus, they were only like 15 minutes away, so easy peasy. Had a good time there, and then yeah, Sunday was Father's Day, so Lady Juice was great. She was just handling like some baby stuff. I was still hanging out with Baby Juice and all that, but playing some video games in the middle of the day, which doesn't happen too often. So was playing a little 33 Immortals, chilling on the couch was a great time. She even she got me breakfast from like a bagel spot near us, but I was asleep at the time. And so she had like scheduled a delivery of two types of bagels that there was like a pork leg and cheese, and then it was just like a bagel with cream cheese, scallion cream cheese. But she was like, I don't know which one he'll want, so I'm gonna just order both. So I
Let's
I
go.
got to choose right when I got up. I went for the pork leg and cheese because I was feeling a little hungover. And then I saved the other bagel for today. Actually, I just had it for breakfast today. And yeah, so that was good. And then we went to alternate ending on Sunday, which is a good time. Which is kind of turning into the last few times I've been there and we brought Baby Juice. There's like other babies there. It seems
Sure.
like that there's like a time where like the parents go and stuff. So that was cool, you know, because I'm always like, I always get like anxiety of like, you know, what we were not gonna have enough room for the stroller, or like, you know, how's this gonna work out? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like some people might get annoyed with like baby stuff, but it worked out. It was all good. Had some good pizza, and also had a blue velvet cupcake. Never had that.
Blue velvet.
Yeah, it was
It's
blue
just red velvet, just dyed blue.
Yeah, I guess so. And it was like a like a homemade hostess cupcake.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was. I feel like it was a little too sweet, which sounds weird because it's a cupcake, but like the filling was like, ooh, you know, like it hit you. But it was cool. It was good, and yeah, just kind of chilled, relaxed, and yeah, had a good 4-day weekend. Back at work this week, doing a lot of AI stuff, so that's been just great. But yeah. So how about you, Tommy? How you been? What's been going on?
I'm good. I'm good. It was a busy weekend as well. Went to that same housewarming party. Lady Fresh got a little toasty, so we left a little early, but that's all right. You know, happens to the best of us, as I
Yes, it
kept
does.
reminding her as she apologized profusely on the way home. But it was a little bit of my fault. I accidentally poured her a drink that was bourbon and margarita and not bourbon and lemonade. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the credit, I guess, you know, extra credit on that one. But that was fun. It was cool to see some friends and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, then the next morning I woke up early. It was Father's Day. Let Lady Fresh kind of sleep in because obviously she had a rough night. And I woke up and I went to go get bagels as well. There's a place that's like way too far for me to go get bagels, but like I like the bagels there, so I go.
Yeah.
It's like a 40-minute plus round trip,
Oh, okay.
right?
Oh,
Like
round trip. Okay.
yeah,
I thought
round
you were
trip.
saying like
Yeah, yeah,
one
yeah.
way. I'm like, holy
No,
hell, they
no,
must
no,
be good
no.
bagels.
Yeah, and like I passed like two other bagel spots on the way. So like but they are really good.
Yeah.
So I got those and those were good. And what else did we do that day? Oh, so Lady Fresh went down to see her parents or her dad for Father's Day. And then I went to go hang out with my dad. My sister was down with her boyfriend, and we were going out to this place we really like in Frenchtown, New Jersey called Piazzi. So good. Amazing Italian restaurant. I've never had a bad meal there. And so I drive separate. You know, I went down to hang out with them at the house, but I was driving separate because I go a different way home. So I'm driving separate and I'm driving. There's this highway on the river kind of going down. And then over like halfway there's like the road's closed for some reason, construction, or maybe there is an accident. So I have to take a detour, right? Make a right. Now, about 2-ish minutes before that, a little Porsche, you know, a little convertible Porsche,
Yeah.
like those really tiny ones, a little zip around, had passed me. I was going 5 over. This person, you know, was really zipping around and passed me going like 80 or like
Yeah.
20 over or whatever, which is fine. I don't care. I'm like, yeah.
They had to poop, you know?
Yeah. So they were ahead of me and they turned onto this road that we have to, you know, do the detour. Now, this road is a dirt road, right? So like kind of gravelly and stuff like that. My car can handle that. And I guess this Porsche couldn't. So this Porsche is going like really slow. And I like turn and I'm going and then like I come up on him and I slow down, but like I'm like right behind him. And he keeps slowing down. He's brake checking me. I'm like, okay. So I slow down and then he keeps going. And then I give him some space. And I'm still going, and he's going like 10 miles per hour. I'm giving him like a whole car length at least going 10 miles per hour. It's not like if he slammed his brakes, I would hit him.
Yeah.
He stops the car, gets out, comes up to me. He's like, yo, we're going to have a problem? I'm like, no. I was like, I couldn't believe it. He was like, you know, I was respectful to you on, you know, River Road back there. You know, you don't need to be, what if there was a deer? And I was like, we do not have a problem, man. Just go back to your car. What are you doing? So I couldn't. I was like in disbelief. I was like,
Yeah.
I, I've never really had any real road rage incidents, but that was the first time that, like, some guy was like
Yeah.
trying to fight me. And I was like,
Going 10 miles an hour.
10 miles. You're like, I just want to say, it's like, you're going so slow.
Yeah.
Like, you were going like 80, like not even 2 minutes ago. Now you're going 10. You can't get mad at me. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that was interesting. But
Damn Porsche owners,
yeah, I don't know. It's like, I mean, it was like your typical. He kind of smelled of booze too, so like I didn't want to make a whole thing. Like it's just like it would just escalate if I like really like laid into this guy, because obviously he wasn't of sound mind.
Yeah,
but it was interesting. I couldn't believe it, but we went to dinner after. And dinner was good.
With the guy you went to, with the guy you invited around.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? Let's let bygones be bygones.
Yeah.
But no, dinner was good, whatever. And then also something I did over the weekend was I deleted 2 apps from my phone.
Oh, okay.
TikTok and Instagram.
Did you?
I deleted them. I'm like, I don't think they're good for my mental state. And you know what? As soon as I deleted them, it felt good. And then I realized throughout the day, I kept going to click on them. I'm like, this is just confirming, like, that I
so you reinstalled
need to delete them. No, I didn't reinstall them. I'll reinstall maybe every once in a while to check things or whatever. Like I didn't delete my accounts, but I deleted the apps.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've looked at like my screen time. I'm like, I'm spending so much time on TikTok. I'm spending so much time on Instagram. It's like, I feel crazy, right? So I did it. And I was like, I feel amazing. I feel amazing.
Good.
Right. So far. And then I will spiral. And
you open up YouTube Shorts. You like,
luckily YouTube Shorts kind of sucks.
Yeah, they do.
But now I'm like watching full YouTube videos and not getting bored. Right?
Nice.
I'm like, just watch a whole long form thing.
Yeah.
I was also finding, even when I was playing some of the demos, like this is before I deleted the apps. Like I'm playing video games. I'm like, and I'll go look at TikTok, and I'll go check Instagram. Yeah. You're just like, why can't I just focus? Like I just have trouble. I think some people could definitely handle those apps, but like I think me and how I am, I'm like, I need to like take out more like the distractions in my life.
Yeah.
So
I remember when you delete TikTok when it was supposed to go away in the US, right? Yeah, I remember you kind of had a similar experience of like going to tap on the app and it wasn't there, and like yeah.
And then then I was just watching a ton of Instagram reels. So
seeing all the TikToks from 3 months ago.
Yeah, and people just like actually dying on there because there's no moderation. But I feel good.
Nice.
Feel all right. But I tell you what, I didn't delete Discord, folks.
Ooh, there it is.
And we have a Discord. It's in the show notes below. You can submit questions. If you're a bot, you can come in and spam us and we'll delete you as fast as we can. But if you're not a bot, you can come in and hang out with us in that Discord. Please check it out. Also, my favorite channel there is like the free deals. We have a bot that just like, lets people know about games that are free. You're like, oh, sick. Yeah. Never even thought about getting that game. Maybe I'll get it now. So, it's good for the manager specials out in the world. But
it is. It is. Nice.
We got a good show for you, though. Yeah. I think it's my turn for a juicy take.
It is your turn. Do you have one prepared?
Let me think. I probably can come up with something.
Yeah. I think that margaritas and bourbon belong together.
It's actually really healthy. It's really good for you.
Yeah. And you can do it later in the show too. Maybe you'll think of something. If you want, we can move to the next thing. Unless you got something cooking now. I feel like my camera's all choppy. I don't know what's going on.
I saw that. Yeah. Maybe we got storms rolling through now, folks.
Yeah.
My juicy take of the week is there is an overabundance of like anime art style games on Steam,
Okay.
and that's it. I
You
have
know,
I have I have no real reason, like other than I see a lot of it and I'm sick of it. But why do we need to have that much of a certain style? Sure, I guess you can kind of say point fingers and say, well, there's so much pixel art, there's so much realistic art, there's so much Paper Mario style art or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, but like why? I think anime art is sub like I don't want to
It's
subhuman is not what I'm trying to say. It's
yeah.
it's like
It's
not good
yeah.
to me.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean, I also think that because obviously we're not into anime, most
Hmm.
anime, but I do think that sometimes it's like tacked on too. Like we played
Yeah.
Beyond Citadel, right? I was thinking of that game. That just kind of felt like the anime was like, why is it here? Like I feel like if you're
Is
gonna
it?
have an anime
Hmm.
kind of game, like I think of like Final Fantasy, right? Has kind of that like
Yeah.
that Japanese art style, and they go all out with it. So it's like it's either go all in or like don't include it because it just feels a little out of place with a lot of games. And I do see like sometimes there's a game I'm interested in, and then I go watch the trailer and it's got like the big anime person and it's like a text dialogue thing over the
Mm-hmm.
gameplay. And I'm like, why is this a third of my screen? But it's
Yeah.
because they know who they're selling to,
Target. Yeah.
right?
Target
Which is,
audience.
I
Yeah.
think, another conversation of like, why is that still appealing for a lot of people? Because that's why it shows up so often, is because they know people are going to be interested in that, and for whatever reason they're finding it you know nice to look at while they're playing. So
Here's the question
yeah.
that arises from that, right? And this is something that more of a question, not to you, but to the universe and to the comment section. Is the anime loving community a a community that will spend money more? Like are they more willing to
Oh yeah.
throw money at things?
Yeah,
Right?
maybe.
Kind of like when you like just as a parallel when you kind of like advertise towards like Gen Z kids, right? I think like they are more willing to spend money because they've grown up in a world where it's easy to like it's the easiest thing to spend money, right?
Yeah.
Like you can just like, oh wow, it's like I have an app. There's this app, and like all of a sudden I spent all this money I didn't even realize. And that's just kind of the parallel there. Is the anime, well, obviously there's also a lot of like Gen Z kids who love anime. So like maybe we're breaking the doors open on this.
We are. I think so. You're on to something here. I think the Fresh Juice podcast, aka the anti-anime podcast, is we're
Anti
figuring. Yeah, we're anti-ans. Is that what you said?
no, it's
The pretzel
anti
plate.
anime and like and Uncle anti anime and Uncle Hentai.
Yeah, what happened, Uncle Hentai? Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Hentai. There's hentai games on Steam too. Who the hell is playing those? It's crazy. It is wild, and I do feel like the anime art style is going to be like the AI slop is going to go after anime art style. Like there's
Oh
probably
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like that's going to be like, what is generated most often is like these anime games with AI. So,
Well, there
yeah.
was when the AI art kind of boom or not boom, but like the first when it really broke into the mainstream, like they were doing a lot of the is it Miyazaki
Yeah.
films? Yeah, just like a lot of those
Oh,
and
the Studio Ghibli stuff.
Studio Ghibli, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And like that was like a lot of what was generated, which I think, according to the head of Studio Ghibli, was not okay. But like, we're gonna see more of that. Like, there's tons of anime studios that like, well, probably won't have much of a say
Yeah.
in how these AI models are being trained, right? Like, just like, well, Studio Ghibli's not cool with it, but maybe small town anime studio, whatever,
Yeah.
they're not going to say anything,
Yeah.
So
It's
whew.
interesting. Yeah, it is.
So maybe we're pro anime in a way.
Maybe pro real anime.
Pro
we
real anime.
we want. Yeah, yeah. You know what? It's just I don't know what it is. It's like why can't we get into it? Like I've tried. I've even watched some like because Lady Juice is like sometimes interested in like an anime show. It's like on Netflix or whatever. And like when I say anime, I guess I'm using it a little like loosely, like the Castlevania show. I think is like
it's in that style.
yeah, and like I enjoyed that, but like we've watched some other stuff. I'm just like I just can't do it. I don't know. I just can't get into it, and I don't know if it's like that's watching it. I definitely don't want to play it. So I'm like, is there any form of anime that I could like get into? I know I like Dragon Ball Z. I just kind of grew up with. There's like a nostalgia factor there. So I'm like, that's cool. But I'm like, is that what it took? Did I need to watch more of it as a kid for me to care now? Like I don't know. It just I've always been like, it just has no appeal to me right now. But I'm like, is there something that could get me in? Similar to like a deck building game, like Balatro, I feel like this is the one that like got me really into like that sort of genre. And now I'm like, oh, I like it, clicker game, like that sort of stuff. Like, is there something that could open the door for us to like anime?
It's so tough because I think there are some animes that like look great. And like, to be fair, I watched like Attack on Titan, which I think is probably in my estimation, one of the best modern animes to get like non-anime watchers to enjoy, I would say. It's like, I would say maybe check out that. But there's just a lot of the filler stuff, I think that's what's tough for me. Like when the guy's creepy in the thing and there's the creepy old man. It's like, oh, maybe my sister or whatever, it's just like, there's a lot of that. And then like also just like the over the topness is a bit much.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when that starts leaking out into like the way people talk in real life.
Oh,
and I'm just like, oh no, like this. I'm not dealing with the woo like voice
You're
and
not?
all that stuff.
Come on.
No,
listen.
It just.
I don't want to yuck anybody's yum. It's just not for me. It's not for you, obviously, either. But like, it's just a little bit tough. But like, I am also thinking how funny it is. So like, over in Japan, like a lot of American stuff is very popular there, and like apparently one of the biggest characters over there, like cartoon characters, is Snoopy. And I'm just trying to think of, it's just like Snoopy's all over the place.
Yeah.
For good reason. He's done his due. He's doing well.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking how funny it would be right now as we're talking about this. There's two Japanese cousins talking on their podcasts. Is like, I don't know what it is. I just can't get into Snoopy. I've tried and I've tried. Everybody seems to love this freaking dog.
Yeah.
Why can't I get into him?
It don't even get me started on Woodstock.
Don't even get like, that's not a bird. So it's just all about perspective, I guess.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's I guess like a rant on anime, less than a juicy take, but I don't know, just not for me. But let's get to some notable releases this week. The first one is Bingle, which is something I've been hearing about for a while, and it's finally released. Yeah, you haven't heard of Bingle?
I don't think I. Are you serious? Have you heard of Bingle? I don't know if I've heard of Bingle. Maybe in a TikTok somewhere.
maybe I think maybe also maybe Capolo maybe posted about it at one
Mm.
point in our Discord, which is free for everybody to join. It's in the show notes below. But this is a roulette roguelike. Big
Yeah,
number go up.
it's also it's one of those that it has mixed reviews recently right now, but all time reviews are very positive. Came out today, June 22nd as well. So has a good number of reviews. So I don't know how all reviews are very positive, but recent are mixed if it came out today, unless it's been in early access or
It
something.
was in early access.
Oh, it
It just
was.
hit 1.0 today.
Okay, all right. So there we go. But it's one of those games, like, yeah, interesting concept. You know, we've talked for a while about how take these kind of classic games and do the roguelike twist to them. But this one gives me more of uh the Racoin kind of vibes where I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, that's a game where I feel I don't have a lot of control over. So how engaging is it going to be to see that number go up and get the, when you're playing something like Balatro or Gambonanza, like I control more of what's going on. So that's more interesting to me. But I am curious to see, what do people think about this? I guess in the long run, maybe they made some had some issues with the 1.0 launch, and maybe that's why it's mixed. But
Just
what are you
based
thinking of this
on
one?
the reviews, it seems like some people were upset about nerfs they did. Some people are kind of upset that um it's kind of clunky, and then also
Okay.
like it's a little bit too much of a Balatro kind of
Hmm.
copy, like where it doesn't rely on the randomness of like roulette, and it's more like you guys should be a really good deck builder, which I think some people will love. That's something that I'm more into.
Yeah.
So it's something I will keep an eye on. I don't know if something like this to me is worth the price point. Right, it's $15. I mean, it's on sale right now, but like I'm not sure about this one. But
Yeah.
overall though, people seem to be really liking it. Outside of like just like some really upset people, I think, about certain things in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. And I feel like that's a tight or a tough like road, no, a tough balance, I guess, to have is
Mm-hmm.
like, all these games always kind of get compared to Balatro, but you don't want to be too much like Balatro. You want to kind of be
Yeah.
your own thing. So it's like, how do you how do you balance that well? Yeah, interesting. And also great name, Bingle Bingle. Although I feel like one Bingle maybe would be good, but I don't does that relate to roulette? Do you know if that's like a roulette term, Bingle?
I have no clue. I just think it's
Okay.
a funny name. I mean, to me, it's just a funny name.
Yeah.
But Bingle Bingle is a roulette building. No, I don't see anything about Bingle Bingles.
Bingle. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually looking the word bingle in Australian and British English. A bingle is an informal term for a minor car accident or fender bender.
Oh.
Oh, got in a bingle. Yeah, that's good. It's also apparently it's baseball slang for a
Oh.
single. You got a bingle?
Is that like a bunt single?
No, it
Bingle?
just says a bingle is a base hit where the batter safely reaches first base. It's also a softball term
I've
as well as
never heard.
baseball.
All right. So
Yeah.
none of this is really
Yeah.
about.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And then
All right.
there's a hairstyle that's about bingo. But yeah, nothing. I figured it'd be something related to gambling or something like that. But I guess not. So there you
Yeah.
go.
Well, another
Well,
game that came out, or
yeah.
it's coming out tomorrow, is Rift Wizard 3. And to be honest with you, I almost downloaded the demo for the next fest of this because I was
Mm.
like, this kind of looks cool. But like then I was like, I don't know if I can get into this right now because it seems like also a lot. It's a traditional roguelike, so like the original Rogue game. And I don't know, it looks cool. I mean, this this just looks fun. I don't know. It's like going to be challenging allegedly. So it's something that I'm going to have on my wish list and then maybe dive into it at some point.
Yeah, it's I mean, the art style here caught my eye, a little, like He Is Coming kind of vibe to it. And it does seem like a game with a lot of depth to it. I've never heard of, I don't know if there are other two Rift Wizards. Like when I search
Yep.
Rift Wizard,
It's all
oh,
made by the
there's a
same
two.
person.
Okay.
First one has very positive reviews at exactly 1,000 reviews, which is crazy.
Wow.
And what about the second one? Very positive at less reviews, actually. Rift Wizard 2 at 733. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like it has like a pretty nice following. So this one will probably be kind of a banger too.
Yeah. Very cool. I love games like this that are like, I don't know, there's just something appealing about, it's almost like it feels like you're playing a game like in the 90s, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Kind of like that sort of vibe. Um yeah, but it even says here for early access, has a massive sandbox of options with more than 200 spells, 400 spell upgrades, and 300 craftable items. So definitely a good amount of depth here um, with this game. Uh, so yeah, seems cool. But yeah, I'll keep my eye on it too. Does have that demo, but cool art as well. Like I mean, look how like some of these things are like I
Yeah,
would assume hand drawn um, with the way they
feels
look.
like almost like 70s, like if they made like a magical athlete video game, it
Yeah,
would look like these.
yeah,
Um, but cool.
yeah.
Not a lot of releases. We're getting into the the summer months here. But guess what? There's big news. The Steam Machine price announced.
Oh my
And
goodness.
it's a bit expensive, folks. But is it worth it? We will see.
No, no. Let's move
Next
on.
question. No.
Yep. Yeah, this is it's interesting. We were talking a little bit before the show about it, and I I kind of was expecting just with all the news that's been happening with the price of PC parts and all that. I kind of expected it'd be up near like the $1,000 mark. I was hoping somehow they'd figure out how to get it less than that just to compete with consoles. Apparently they did want it to be around like the $750 mark, but they were even disappointed internally that they couldn't do it. So I definitely don't blame Valve for these kind of prices. Especially someone even pointed out. So for those who don't know the prices, they're on the screen here. But there's kind of two models. There you got the 512 gigabyte model and a 2 terabyte model, and then you have the option to get a controller with each of them, which ups the price by $100 basically. But the 512 gigabyte model is $1,049, which is getting the most kind of has the most controversy around it because people are like, "Oh my god, like that!" You can get phones with that amount of storage on it
Hmm.
that are you know, uh, that price, I guess, or they're comparing it to consoles, where consoles are typically like a terabyte you're getting nowadays. But I think the most interesting thing is that someone brought up why didn't they could have made this $999, right? Like cut $50 off, and
Yeah. It would
and
have looked so much
maybe
better.
yeah, but it's like maybe they couldn't because of the way things are priced, and I feel like Valve is pretty forward with why things are priced. I mean, they waited so long to even release the price of this, probably because they were waiting to see if there was going to be any like, relief in that kind of PC part market where, they'd be able to like have a lower price point, but maybe they couldn't even get to that. And then the 2 terabyte model is $1,349, which is obviously it's like the price of a PC, basically. Both of them are, which it is a PC. It's a
Mhm.
mini PC, but I see a lot of people just saying, "Oh, like you can build your own for less than this, and it'll be more powerful." I think the thing that is, it's the form factor here, right? It's a 6 by 6 cube, 6 inch by 6 inch. Like that is a really small computer, and it can play, a lot of different things. So I think for me, like I signed up just for more info, but they have this kind of list system that they're using to hopefully combat scalpers, where it's like whatever version of it you want, you can just sign up to join the list. And then I think on June 25th, so in 3 days from recording this, um, you'll just be entered into a lottery and they'll just email you if you got one, like if you're able to purchase one. So I think that's their way to like combat scalpers. I'm trying to get the 2 terabyte one with the controller, but it's only because I've been saving up for it. If I wasn't, I would also be like, all right, I'm gonna wait until after this is launched because this is a lot of money, Tommy. Like
Yeah.
for any sort of gaming console, even for like, you know, if someone could build a PC, if you wanted a new desktop PC, like I can't imagine going with this over like a pre-built one you can get on Amazon that's more upgradable.
Mhm.
Um yeah, so I just yeah, it's interesting, but it's not super surprising to me. Uh I see a lot of hate going Sam Altman's way, which is fun. And OpenAI and all that because of the price of this, but I think uh I'm not
At least the
overly
gamers know
surprised.
why it's expensive.
Right. Yeah, that's another good point is that like I feel like the target market for this thing are people that are aware of why it's so expensive, as long as you're not
Yeah.
like an idiot, which obviously the
Mhm.
internet's filled with, but it's yeah, it's not Valve's fault, but I feel like Valve was probably also like, "Ugh, if only like maybe we shouldn't have even announced it until
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
year." But I think they announced it and then all this stuff started happening with like tariffs and all that stuff. And they're like, oh, they're kind of stuck. I feel like, but anyway, what are you thinking about all this?
Like I get it. I'm the same way. I don't know if this is a purchase for me per se. I mean, just based on like what else is going on in my life, but like when it comes time when I'll need a new desktop computer, it's something that I'll have to consider, right? Like, do I do I look at something like this to play games and then like get something a little bit dinkier on the desktop side, right? Like something a little bit cheaper, but also like I'm creating content, I'm recording stuff. Like
Yeah.
maybe the PC will always just be more useful to me. So um yeah, it's just expensive, right? Like that's just it. And I don't play a lot of stuff that really needs it, right? Like I'm playing, like little pixel games that are turn based and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
like it's not as bad. And like most of what I play, I can play docked on my Steam Deck already. So for me, no, but I do think it's cool, and like I think that it's going to be worth it for a lot of people, right? It's going to be very cool. And if I could swing it, it would be neat to have. I would definitely say that. But as it stands, I think this is just a bit too much for me. I would want to know like what the plan is, like what's the 5 year plan on this, right? Because the way things go, things outgrow what you can play, right? Like you're like, oh wow, I remember just like having like this new computer, and then like 2 years later, like something came out. I forget what I tried to play. I think it was like Helldivers or something like that, and my PC was like chugging, and I'm like, this is like I spent a lot of money on this PC, like you know, like obviously I can make upgrades to it, and I haven't, but you know, like is this going to be something that you can do with that? But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how, for me, as somebody not day oneing or whatever, or even just like somebody interested in video games and Steam in general. Like obviously, I give a lot of money to Steam with video games.
Yeah.
Um, it'd be interesting to see how it goes in with launch and then continue, like, you know, continued sales or whatever. So
Yeah. I can see this like, a year from now, they might be like, we're lowering the price, if things are like, I feel like
yeah.
Valve would. And honestly, I feel like they might even be like, we're giving partial refunds for people that had to buy it. I don't know. They just seem so consumer friendly.
Hmm.
Um, I even saw like, I saw like one thing recently with like the Steam Deck, some guy who, he had a newborn, and the newborn like threw up on his Steam Deck like case, and so he like reached out to I don't know, he was like just asking where he could buy it because he didn't see it on the website, and they're like, oh, we'll just send you one.
Ah,
And so it's kind of
nice.
like a feel good little story. I know it's just a case, but yeah, they're usually pretty good with that stuff. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how people use this too, because it it's a PC, so it could really be used for a lot of different things. I could even see Steam machines being used like um in like corporate offices to like run things, or I don't know, like, because it's just a small
Hmm.
form factor. It could be used in a lot of different ways, but yeah, we'll see. But I think what makes this worth it is the extra face plates you get with this model.
Yeah.
It's got the
Red
red
fabric and
fabric. It's
solid
solid,
walnut.
solid walnut, baby. That'll make it worth it.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited actually for the faceplate things, because I'm pretty sure I can print some. They're like
Oh yeah,
releasing
nice.
files that you can print and all that, which is kind of cool. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, if I do get one, then I'll we'll talk about it more on the show and about my whole experience with it. But yeah, I'm finding myself, you know, I'm not playing games as much on the PC right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can play on my Steam Deck, which I have been, or like on the Thor. But I also like when Baby Juice is watching me play. Like, she'll watch me on the TV play stuff, and I'm like, that's cool. And I'm kind of like thinking already of like, oh man, like I can play Portal 2 with Lady Juice, like sitting
Hmm.
back. And I've done everything from like use a Steam Link to stream it from my computer down to my TV, but there's always input lag. I've used it to play RuneScape on the TV. Like, I'm just excited to, like, I'm not even looking at the price. The price is ridiculous, but
Yeah.
just from the experience of having it, I think could be a lot of fun. And yeah, but I've always wanted like a PC to be like, a little couch co-op kind of PC. But I never wanted to build one. It just gets too complicated. So we'll see what happens with this. But any listeners out there, love to know your thoughts as well, because this is a very controversial topic right now. And let us know if you're gonna pick it up or not.
Amen. Amen. Let's talk about some game updates.
Let's do it.
The segues are cooking this week, man.
They are.
There not wasn't a lot of updates on anything that we've reviewed this week, but RuneScape Dragon Wilds Umbral Sands. Also, you did
Yeah.
your first video with them.
I did, yes. I had my first sponsored video from RuneScape Dragon Wilds, which is awesome. I have another one that's supposed to go up. Hopefully it's up by the time this episode comes out. I'm just waiting for them to review it, but it's about Umbral Sand. So I just wanted to bring this up because Dragon Wilds is one of the things that was at, I think, the Summer Game Fest, and they announced they're going to hit 1.0 in September. But they're doing like their biggest update to date on June 23rd. And it's called Umbral Sands. It basically introduces this huge desert region that has like, a new like heat mechanic where you got to like kind of go from shade to shade, or you can like summon shelter with spells and stuff. But there's dragons that also kind of patrol it, and there's this dragon general named Fuzan that he kind of rules over the land. So the whole story is that you need to like carve your path to him and defeat him. But I do know there's like something in this that old school RuneScape fans like. It's the Fire Cape.
Ooh.
Apparently people, it's very hard to get. Kind of, I think in old school RuneScape, you see some people wearing it. It's actually one of the first things when I started playing old school RuneScape, where I was playing with our buddies Cam and Pat, who are like OGs in RuneScape. And I saw someone with that fire cape, and I was just like, "How do I get that? That looks awesome!" And they were just like laughing. They're like, "Oh, it's gonna take you a while to get that one," but they're adding it to this, so I'm curious to know how hard it will be. Um, and yeah, they're introducing like water magic and a bunch of new things. New gear, new stuff to mine and go for, new building pieces, and then yeah, it's called a fight cave. I guess there's these fight caves in RuneScape. That's where you can get the fire cape. Is like at the end of it, I think. So anyway, it seemed pretty cool, and there's also a new mount that's a magic carpet, so you can fly along the desert over like quicksand and stuff with a magic carpet, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, this is I have Dragon Wilds. I've been playing a little bit for the videos, but I'm also like, I'll just stick it out till September probably, and then experience everything because that's when they hit 1.0. So, I'm like a little torn of like, do I play this like now or do I wait? Until 1.0 when maybe some of the other boys are playing it. But anyway, so yeah, shout out to Dragon Wilds. Took them a while to start cooking, but they've been coming out with updates pretty frequently, and excited to see the reception of this one when it comes out.
Yeah, it's cool to see. I mean, it's just incredible. Like something like RuneScape is still relevant in the world of games.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, for sure.
It's heartwarming for somebody who used to play OG RuneScape, just on the family computer,
Yeah.
finding, definitely middle-aged men who are saying, "I'll be your girlfriend." I'm like, oh, this is sick. This person's my girlfriend. And then
Let's
they're like,
go.
"Yeah, just give me all your gold."
Yeah.
Okay. So, but it's a good game, and I'm excited for all this stuff happening with the Dragon Wilds too. Now let's talk about some demos we played.
Let's do it.
Does that sound? Do you want to talk about one? Then I'll talk about one. We each have 4.
Yeah. Some of these it's not going to take me a while to talk about them. For reasons I'm about to get into, but so this one is, I played a game called The Left Behind. So this is something that did not have good reviews at the demo. I think I talked about this a little last week. It's a survival crafting game. You can play solo or co-op. And a lot of people were saying it's just kind of like an asset flip where it's, it's like just get stuff from the Unreal Engine store, and yeah, it wasn't that great. But I was like, I want to try it. I was even thinking I'm going to make a video on it and just give my impressions. I couldn't even play this game. I launched it. I got into like a world solo, and everything is stuttering. Like I literally couldn't move in this game. So I don't have a long review for this one. I would not recommend this one at all. It does seem to be a kind of an asset flip, I guess. I didn't really get the chance to play it, but I have some other more interesting ones that I'll talk about. But yeah, this one, The Left Behind, I think it's kind of like there was that game the day before that had a ton of hype. Wasn't actually like a real game. They ended up removing it from Steam and giving everyone refunds. I think this is trying to like capture that audience, but it's doing this. It's making the same mistakes as the other one. But I do know this is being made by one person, and it does seem like they're trying, because I've looked up some of their what they've kind of said about the game. It does look like they are trying. The game comes out July 27th, so about a month from now. So they better be cooking. But it's a lot of the reviews complain about the optimization in the game and just general bugginess. So yeah, I would personally say this game is not ready for release in any form. based on my experience. So there you go. The Left Behind. I'm leaving it behind.
Yeah, I mean, that's a shame that it's kind of off that rocky start, but you hope it's like the kind of like oh shit moment for the dev.
Yeah.
You're just like, like I can't, like this. I have to like really do this correctly. Like,
Yeah.
Plan released it this week, right? Which is crazy.
No,
Um,
July.
oh, July, but
Yeah, I got
even
a
then,
month.
like
Yeah.
that's not a lot of time.
Yeah.
So interesting, very interesting. Now, I'm happy to say the game, the first demo I want to talk about is a game that I actually think is going to be an indie hit. If I
Ooh.
had to put my money on it, I think it is called Loopler, and it is a big number go up game, right? Like Baltro-esque. It's like an idle roguelike
This
simulation.
one. Yeah.
So you basically have like, those old school, like little like car track things. You start out with the infinity symbol and it just goes by itself. And you have like fuel and then like other stuff. And basically you get like cards to like kind of do your number manipulation. And each level that you go through has like a target goal, right? Of like a score. And every time you do a lap, you get like 100 points or whatever. But then like you get to like put these like checkpoints on the track, and you can upgrade them, and they'll like one checkpoint will be like, oh, get money when you pass it, or there'll be like a checkpoint that says multiply your score by X amount when you pass it, refuel X amount when you pass it. And then like basically you're trying to build like a track that's going to get your car to go forever, right? And it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of customization. I think that this is like a Baltro like that feels very unique right here.
Yeah.
And it's also like kind of idle too, which is kind of fun. Like you can like I was like playing, I was looking away while my car was going around, because like once your car is going around, it's going to go around until like you lose. And like the way you lose is if you run out of fuel before the goals hit, you lose like basically health. It's like repair percentage
Okay.
or whatever. And that will carry over through the round. So like you'll be at like, you see up in the top left there, you'll see like a little wrench at like, and then the percentage. So like you'll be like, oh, I'm at 65% repair. It's like, all right, so if I keep dying on this one, it's going to go all the way down to 0% and I lose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like cards that you can get like that are your kind of like your jokers, I guess, in a way where it'll be like, when you complete a loop, do this. When you are drifting, you get X amount of score multiplier while you're drifting. And then there's also like your relics. So like your like different kinds of passive like abilities that can also
Yeah.
stack. They'll tell you can stack or cannot stack. It's like giving you all the information you need to like have like a really fun run. So I think this game is going to be a big hit when it releases.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've never seen, maybe this exists, it probably does, but like idle like is how they're calling it, which is kind of
Yeah.
interesting. And I remember seeing this game a while ago, probably like a video of it. But uh yeah, it seems cool. I'll have to give it a shot. It looks like, I think the next fest is over. I think it might have ended today, but it looks like the demo's
hmm
still um available, which is cool. So I'll have to give it a whirl. But
Yeah, it looks like
good to
you'll
hear.
be able to get different shaped tracks. Like those, that will be the different, like how they kind of approach like variation in this game.
Yeah.
And like I honestly like the demo is a lot of fun. Like I think like the demo feels like almost like a complete like $2 game or something like that. That you get.
Yeah.
in the idle space, but like it has like kind of like all these really fun little things. They got like shops and stuff like that. This is
Cool.
like the ideal little roguelike.
Yeah, I gotta say too, like these, like the RC kind of car games or whatever. Like you'd sometimes, you could build your own track if you had the pieces, or like you could go somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like they had a big one that always excited the hell out of me. Like if we
Yeah.
went, I was like, this is awesome. Like
Yeah.
and you get to like, it's all about the control you have going around the turns and everything. And you can drift and all that. Like I still would play that today. Like if all the guys are like, we're going to this RC car place, I'd be like, let's do it. But yeah, pretty cool. Cool. The next game that I played here, and this is one I actually got a chance to play. Um, all mine are like survival games, so just as an FYI. But this is called Online 404. So this is what's interesting about this, and what kind of brought me in. And it basically said like it said something to the extent of veteran survival game players will need to rethink how they're playing in this one. So I was like, all right, that's kind of interesting. So the way it kind of starts out, it's like I believe you can do solo or co-op. And you start out like you just kind of ended up in this area, and there's someone on the other, you have a phone, and someone is on the other end that's texting you. So you can kind of pull up your phone from like the bottom right. You can kind of see it on the screen there, and you can access different apps. But you start out by looking at someone who's messaging you. You don't really know who they are. They start to explain that they're like an elderly kind of person that's been in this area a while, and there's ways to get out of this area. There's kind of these, like, they call them the locals, but it's basically like these zombie people that I guess something happened here, and you don't believe what's happening. So this person has to text you, and they're kind of like telling you what's going on, but you also don't really know if you can trust them. So you can respond to them with these suggested answers. You're not able to actually type, but so that's like interesting in itself. But what I thought was really cool, and I don't know if I'd eventually get sick of this, but in the game, when you're going to like, let's say there was a part where I entered this like little abandoned town, and I found a door, but the door said it was locked. And so I went around, I'm kind of like digging through like trash and stuff, and I found like these lock picks. So I go to try to use a lockpick on a door, and it's like, you don't know how to use a lockpick. And I'm like, huh, well, how do I learn how to use a lockpick? So you actually pull up your phone, and it has like a fake Google, and you can type in like, how do I use a lockpick? And then it has you like, you have to like fill out this captcha that's like ridiculous. It'll be like, there'll be like four glasses of the same colored liquid. It'll be like, choose the one that has brandy in it. You're like, what the hell? How do so I don't know why they did that part, but then it literally will bring you to like an article on how to use a lockpick, and then it will say that it's like it like scrolls through, and it kind of learns it, and then all of a sudden you know how to use a lockpick. And then you go ahead and you just, you don't actually have to read how to use it. Your character then knows how to do it. So then you can interact with things that can be picked. But it was the same thing for like, I couldn't access like a car engine to try to like repair it until I actually went and searched up how to how to start an engine or something like that. Basically, if you type in the word engine, it has a bunch of suggested things, and you can be like, oh, that's the one I'm looking for. So you're not kind of like searching blindly. You can see it right there. Like, I guess this person was searching like the word mushroom, and then it says like which mushrooms are edible. So you can start to like learn things about the world through like your phone. But your phone, every time you read something, it uses like 15% of your battery. So then you're also trying to have to find ways to charge it out in this world. And then you can even see some of the bases you can build. It's kind of cool. Like you like take off car doors, and you're actually like attaching them to the walls. There's there's a lot of interesting things in this game that I haven't really seen in another survival game. And at first, I was like, all right, this phone thing is kind of like a gimmick. Like I was kind of thinking of like the
Hmm.
GTA phone, but I'm like, oh, it's kind of interesting that that's how you learn how to do things. And then there's a bunch of other apps I didn't even get a chance to explore on the phone. There's like a weather app. There's like health. You can use a flashlight, obviously. I don't know. There's like a photo gallery sort of stuff and all that. But I thought it was just kind of interesting that it's like typically in a survival game, you just kind of know, you get like a big recipe book of like, oh, this is how I can build a tent or whatever. But in this, you actually have to think like, what do I have to search for to figure this out? Like, it almost kind of reminded me of like maybe what would happen in real life if
Hmm.
like, if I guess cell towers still existed or whatever. It seems to be like a kind of a local like internet that's happening here where it only works in this world. But I'm like, that's probably what I would do if like shit started to hit the fan. I'd be like,
Yeah.
how like what food is non-perishable that I should, like I'd be looking up all that shit trying to like learn as much as I can. So it's kind of like that experience um in the game. And I could see it being pretty fun with friends as well. Because then you might have people that learn some things and other people learn other things. Because you're also, you're using battery, but then it takes a little bit to read through it. It literally scrolls through the whole article. So you're also like, well, I hope nothing kills me or like attacks me while I'm
Yeah.
doing this because they tell you they're like, don't go near the locals. Like, and
Hmm.
if you do, like they're definitely like really aggressive. So anyway, it was just kind of an interesting take on a survival game. I probably put only like 45 minutes to an hour into it. So there's still a lot more to like explore, even in the demo, but yeah, it was a cool concept. So, again, I don't know if I'd get sick of it eventually, being like, oh my God, I got to pull this phone out again. But at least for like the hour I was playing, I was like, at least this is different from other stuff I've played.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of neat to see like this, not like hyper realistic, but like where they're thinking like, oh, it's gonna be a survival game. Like let's get some like more like real world applications in here. Like yeah, obviously, like could be looking at your phone, you'd be like doing this, you'd be doing that. Like this is this is kind of neat to see, just them
Yeah.
taking that kind of step. But yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Locals seem scary too.
Yeah, they're just your normal kind of zombies, but I think it's like it's really hard to get stuff to defend yourself against them, it seems like. So that's why they're like, don't don't deal with them. Um but yeah, interesting concept for sure. But what did you try next?
What did I put in the notes here? I was playing Ascenders Beyond the Peak. This is a game that I've had my eye on for a while. This is like a roguelike kind of turn-based game where you're trying to climb a mountain. Like, you're taking turns between, three different climbers. Uh, I did not give this one as much time as I hoped.
Mhm.
I kind of started playing it. I went through a run, and um, then I had to go. Right, like I was like, oh, I got to get out of here. Um, and I want to give it more time, and I think I'm going to because I think this game has a lot of promise. Based on like what I've read from other people. Some people are like, "Oh, it's too basic," but like also it's a demo, so like it definitely seems like there's going to be more going on here. So I want to play a little bit more of it, but it's definitely really interesting. I like the mechanics here, like um the idea of making this turn-based game like almost like a turn-based RPG, but like rather than like just attacking, you're like planning out ways to like climb a mountain. It's kind of cool in a way. It's
Yeah.
a cool concept. So I want to play more of it to see really if it nails it per se. But it definitely was impressed with what I played briefly. But I did want to give it a shout out anyway.
Yeah, this game, because I know we've kind of talked about it before, but the thing that stands out to me the most in this game, other than the cool kind of climbing mechanic, is like it just looks so polished. You know,
Yeah.
like they know what they're doing. It seems like so. I feel like for this game to not be a success, it would have to either be really repetitive, or it wouldn't have enough variation with each run. Because yeah,
Hmm.
this seems so cool to me. I definitely want to try out the demo. Would you say it's more involved than Slay the Spire, and like trying to learn that game, or is it about the same from what you?
Um,
I know you didn't play a lot, but
yeah, I would say it's Slay the Spire is like, because this is not like a deck builder, right? Like this is just,
yeah,
it's almost like your grid based thing, like grid based turn based RPG. Um, I would say I think it. Yeah, really gotta pay attention to this game. It's like I feel like Slay the Spire. Once you get the hang of it, you're like, whatever. I'll just I'll use my resources and I'll throw cards, and you're like, oh damn, I should have paid attention and should have put
yeah,
more block or whatever. But this is definitely more of a thinking game, and I think that that's okay. But yeah, I don't know. I would
yeah.
recommend anybody try it. I think there's some bugs still, like that people have brought up, but they're seems like they're doing hot fixes and stuff like that on the demo to try to sort those out. But yeah.
Cool, cool, nice. Um, Yeah, the next game I played here was this is actually one that's had a good amount of hype around it, and it just got delayed to 2027. I think it was supposed to come out relatively soon, but it's called As One We Survive. It's like an isometric survival game that has a cool kind of like polygonish art style, very simplistic. But I gotta say, like playing this game, first off, it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely has there's there's it's hard. It can be hard to defend yourself, and it's hard to survive in the game. But the demo is like there's like 4 days that you get to play. So there's a day system, and I gotta say, like I think the game looks beautiful. Like the lighting, the environments, exploring things is really satisfying. And I think, yeah, overall, I mean, I played a few other isometric survival games. I think there's like Human Z. I think Project Zomboid is another really popular one. This one isn't on the level of that as in depth, but this is a cool one. I've kind of been looking for a survival game that is isometric because for some reason I just feel like it's kind of like chiller. Like even though
Mm-hmm.
this is hard, just sit back and kind of click around. They even have a cool little feature where instead of using a WASD, you can just use the mouse. You just like hit one button, and then whatever direction your mouse is pointing is the direction you run. So you can kind of just like chill if you're running through like fields and stuff. Um, there's a good amount of like attention to detail, but I can definitely see why they delayed it. Just because there is some stuff that's not fully polished. Like I think just looting in general and just a few other things like crafting is a little confusing. But overall, it was a fun game, and yeah, it's supposed to be out in 2027. So I think yeah, it's only single player, so no multiplayer, which is fine with me. But yeah, cool little isometric survival game. With just honestly, the graphics are kind of what pulled me in at first. Where I'm like, oh, it just kind of looks neat. Um, and yeah, so there you go. Cool game.
Sick. Yeah, it does look
Yeah.
cool. I like these isometric games a lot. I mean, this probably get me more into a survival game than like something that's like first person, but looks pretty neat. Looks pretty
Yeah.
neat. I played another big number go up game though.
Ooh.
Dice Vaders. Now, if you remember, we played a game called Star Vaders. This is the sequel to Star Vaders, except now you're playing as the bad guys and or the enemies in the first one. And instead of like playing a like straight up card game, you're actually playing like a dice game that you're trying to like make combos, stuff like that. Basically, you control the little robots, and you put them in a slot, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because you're playing with D6. And up top, you have like special like relic things, that kind of coincide with whatever slot they're in. So if it's like in the one slot, it will trigger on whatever. So basically, you're just trying to get X amount of points to try to beat the amount of defense that the planet that you're attacking has. So like they have maybe 10,000 defense. You're trying to roll dice and get stuff going to be able to beat the target defense. There's some cool mechanics here, like you have like a resource for budging. So like like you can move a dice up one or down one, stuff like that. You get like bonuses for things that are paired, 3 of a kind, yada yada yada. There's also rerolls, stuff like that. It's cool. You go to like a kind of a shop every turn too, which is cool. And yeah, I think I don't know, Star Vaders is great, and I think this is pretty good too. It's like a totally different game, but like in the same world, which is like actually really cool to make. It's like, oh
Yeah.
they didn't just like make a straight up sequel. They're like, well, what if we just did something different in this world? We built like out all this lore. Why not just, do some of that? Like, it's almost like vampire crawlers, right? Like, they're like, yeah, we already have Vampire Survivors, but what if we did a different kind of game in this world? And this is definitely closer to, like a deck builder, but as a dice builder, like big number go up game, I think this is a lot of fun. I think people are really going to enjoy this one.
Yeah, it looks pretty interesting. I know we talked about this a bit the other day, but I just think it's so cool that they're, it's like in the same universe, but it's a totally different kind of game. I always like when devs do that sort of stuff because it immediately brings in fans of that other game, even though this one is a different style. Yeah, so this is cool. I'll have to give it a shot. I'm sure we'll check it out probably on the show, when it comes out too.
This one seems like
definitely. Just 2026. So hopefully we get a date at some point.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and the last one I played, I don't have a lot to say about this because I also had some issues with it, but I just wanted to bring it up because it looks cool. Another survival game where you're surviving in the Arctic. It's called Poliaris. It's a single player game. You move with like skis. You kind of skiing around, and there's a boat. You can, loot things. It's your typical kind of survival game, but it's definitely more of a storytelling kind of side of things. I've played a few other games like this. It kind of gave me like Firewatch sort of vibes, where you're kind of unraveling this story. The only problem with this game is also it wasn't well optimized for my computer, which I feel like a pretty decent computer, but it was extremely hard to move around in this game. So I ended up just watching some gameplay of it just to get an idea of like what it's like. And it still seems cool to me. I'd love to actually try it out, but yeah, I was really struggling. But this one is definitely I think way more put together than the Left Behind game. Like it's got a whole team behind it. And they even compare it to people that like The Long Dark, which is a really popular survival game that I've actually never played, but I probably should at some point. So yeah, it just seems cool. But I always, anytime there's like something in the Arctic and it's a survival game, it like lures me in because I feel like I haven't really played a great survival game in that sort of environment. Maybe another reason I should play The Long Dark, but yeah. So Poliaris, I still do recommend checking it out. Maybe it was just my computer, but it does seem like it's had a lot of care put into it, and hopefully it just runs a little better when it actually comes out.
Now, I got a question for you. Did you play any survival games in Next Fest?
Just 4 of them. Yep. There weren't a lot there was a lot of slop in the,
Yeah.
which there typically is in the survival genre. So these 4 were the 4 that I was, maybe other than the Left Behind, but these ones were just ones that I, you know, that were available basically
Yeah.
during Next Fest. So yeah, yeah,
Sweet, sweet. Last one I played was called Grail. This is a interesting little auto battler, deck builder. I thought it was okay. You know, like I feel like there are better versions of this. I think like if you're kind of into this kind of red wall, like mice are the main character thing, like I think this is probably something you'll kind of enjoy. But like I feel like overall there's like better options for auto battlers out there. There were some cool mechanics here, but it really just, to be honest, I played a little bit of it and it just did not grab me. Like I'm like normally like these games I'll like try to like figure out what's going on a little bit more, but
yeah.
you know, I didn't feel like I was like, you know, they just kind of advertised create insane synergies. I was like, I guess there's some kind of synergistic stuff. And like maybe in the full game there will be, but it just really ended up not being for me. So just wanted to shout it out. I mean, like there's definitely good stuff about it. Like I think if you're like really into the auto battler genre, you might kind of enjoy this, but yeah. Quick shout out for
Yeah,
Grail.
I will say I like the art style in the
Mm-hmm.
game quite a bit. I think it's kind of cool looking and interesting. But yeah, that's the thing with auto battlers for me too. Is like it's really gotta be like super satisfying for me
Mm-hmm.
to keep playing them. So interesting. Yeah. Well, they got a little time to cook before it comes out, so we'll see.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. I mean,
There we
that's
go.
you know, we play some good ones, some okay ones, but you know, Next
Yeah.
Fest is always cool. Like, there's always a couple things I feel like, especially in the indie space, that like kind of pop out. I do think the Loopler is probably the one that I've also seen the most people talk about
Yeah.
from this Next Fest, but I'm excited to see where it goes. But next week we'll
Yeah.
probably do a game talk. Also, I have a concept for you that I'll talk to you after the show,
Ooh.
but for the pod. But
Also, I just wanted to point out too on the on Steam now that Next Fest is over, they actually have a list of the top 50 most played demos from it. So
oh,
if anyone did miss Next Fest, you can easily just go look at that list and see anything that might interest you.
sick.
Yeah.
Were any of ours on there?
Let me see. I don't think so. A lot of it was like there was like some friend sloppy kind of stuff on there and like FPS games. I don't really see a lot of what we played on. Let's see. Going down. Come on, we need one, at least one. I don't think anything. Oh, there we go. As One We Survive was on there.
Oh, oh,
Uh, I did play Deep Dish Dungeon, but I know I talked about that the other week. Um, let's see. Yeah, I don't see any of the other ones on there, but you know, this has everything in it, not just indie stuff. So, um, yeah, but cool.
sick. We have some listener questions, I will say, and one of them comes from Coppola, who asks, "How do you customize your coffee?"
I don't drink coffee,
Hmm.
so there you go. Yeah, not a coffee drinker. What about you, Tom?
If I'm drinking coffee, I take it black, and then lately I've been doing espresso and tonics. So that is my go-to in the morning, especially since I quit energy drinks. So yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Coppola?
Yeah. Look at you quitting energy drinks, uninstalling TikTok and Instagram. What's next, Tom? What are you going to do? Start to some cold plunges? Is that what's
I
coming
might.
next?
Well, I can't do cold plunges because then I wouldn't be able to post about it on social media.
That's
So,
true. That's true.
but yeah, I am doing some cold plunges. I am vegan. I'm quitting.
Yeah.
I'm just quitting. I'm giving up. It's over.
I'm uninstalling life. Yeah.
Uninstalled life. Next question comes from Arcarp, who asks, now that summer's officially here, what is the song of the summer?
The song of the summer is The Stroke.
The Stroke by Billy Squires?
By Billy Squire. I don't know. I keep singing that song. I don't know why. So that's the song of the summer, baby. It's coming back.
Sure.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'll go with.
I don't know. I don't really know. This is such a tough question. Probably. Well, now that I'm not on TikTok, I wouldn't even know. I'm just like too cool for school. I don't know. Maybe Oliver Tree kind of has like a nice little comeback after he passed away. So I'm going to say Miss You by Oliver Tree, where the life goes on. Yawn.
Which one's the one is like about goodbye? Is that Miss You? It's like no, how does it go? I'm gonna do for goodbyes or whatever.
Oh, you know, I don't think so.
That's Oliver Tree.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's that I Miss You song.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's called. Wait, hold on. Oh no, I can't. I just looked up Oliver Tree Goodbye, and that's just a lot of messages for him. So anyway, good question.
Good question. And then one more we got from K Moore, who asks, who's got the better gaming setup? I'm going to assume it's you.
Well, it depends on the type of game. You know, if you're the board game guy. You got the board games, you got the play mats, you know.
Oh yeah.
I feel like if you're going more traditional, it's Tommy. If you're going more digital, it might be me in terms of like specs, but you know, I feel like everyone's got a pretty good setup these days. So yeah.
Sick. No, it's definitely you. If we're talking video games, it's you. But it's been another banger episode. We got the rec room, and did we just have a baby come in?
Yeah, there's just a baby. I just told her 3 minutes because we're almost
3 minutes
with the show.
3 minutes. What do you have to recommend this week?
I'm recommending Android 17. It's just a new update for Android. And really the reason I'm recommending it is they have a new bubble feature, which is, I thought was stupid at first, but basically you can open up any app in like a little bubble. So and it kind of just sits in like the corner of your screen. You tap it and it pops open a little bubble of the app. It's been great for watching my daughter sleep. So it's like, oh, I don't need to always have her up on the screen. I can just listen to her. And then if I'm doing something else, I just pop her little bubble open, boop. But it's just good for, I don't know, I've used it for just like some other things. Like I could see it being useful for like fantasy football. So I don't always have to have the app open. It's just like a little bubble. So like if I'm watching a game or something. So anyway, but yeah, shout out to Android 17. Cool update. I like the bubble.
I thought you didn't like anime. All right. I'm going to recommend YouTube Music because I've been checking it out, seeing if I like it better than Spotify because I already pay for YouTube Premium. So I was like, let me check it out. I do like that I can just like make a playlist of, you know, like live music that I like on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. And just listen to it in the car. Also, just quick recommendation. I know you recommended it earlier in the season, but Widow's Bay finished up.
Yeah.
It was a great season. Can't wait to see what else happens in that show. We enjoyed it. But that's going to do it for the show, folks. I have been one of your hosts, Tommy Fresh. I am still on Blue Sky. I still have that app open in my phone. So check that out. And it's at freshbudspod.bluesky.social, whatever. Just freshbudspod, you'll find it. You can find us on all socials at Fresh Juice Pod. Where can people find you?
Find me at Matty Gorm, GRM, on all the socials and things. And yeah, that's it. Another good ep.
Another good ep in the books. It's time. You got to say hi to your baby. I got to go make dinner. Let's get juicy.